Hi there, my friends. It's me, Karli, back with another episode of Flipside of Midlife, created just for you. I'm your favorite Gen X dealer of positive vibes, life and wellness coach, and community builder for women in midlife and beyond. Speaking of community, I'd love for you to be on my email list if you're not. Go to the link in my show notes and transcript, sign up there. All of my podcast episodes, whether they're meditations, visualizations, or like today's episode, me talking to you about a topic that is very relevant to midlife and beyond. My emails are an introduction to what I'm going to cover in my podcast, so they make a pretty dynamic duo. My emails are always free, and they are packed with thought-provoking content. Welcome to November, my friend. The topic I'm diving into this month with you is abundance. I'm at a place in my life where I am trying my best to notice the abundance that already exists in my life and to nurture more of it to come into my life as well. So I thought I would do that along with you this month. Let's start by nurturing abundance in midlife and beyond. What does that look like? Well, only you know what that looks like for you. But here are some suggestions, some things you might want to think about, some things that I'm currently thinking about. One is, what does abundance mean to me? What do I perceive as abundance in my life? Am I noticing how much abundance exists in my life? If you are currently in a mindset of scarcity or lack, this can be a challenging question. What I can promise you is the more you think of the abundance, the more you notice the abundance, the more you get really clear on what is abundant in your life, because trust me, there's a lot of it. You will feel your brain start to shift. You will be noticing more of the abundance and less of the scarcity. It will be easier for you to flip that switch when you do fall into the old habit of thinking about lack or scarcity first. And instead, you will start to think of abundance first. So how do we go about this? How do we go about nurturing the abundance that exists in our life? Well, awareness is a really big first step. Being able to notice what is abundant in your life that is beautiful. It's up to you to decide what is abundant in your life. And I can share some personal examples for me. If I look outside of myself, I see my backyard that is abundant with plant and animal life. I see the mountains and beautiful sunsets and sunrises that happen in Phoenix. And if I'm looking at others who show up in my life, that's where I see the support, the love, the friendship, the connection. It is an abundant life, my friend. And when you start taking inventory, if you will, of all the different abundances in your life, you may surprise yourself with how many you can come up with. You may be thinking along the lines of money and wealth when you think of abundance. This is a beautiful time of life for us to really lean into our worthiness of having financial abundance, our worthiness of having competence and knowledge around financial decisions that we make in our life. So I encourage you to think of your time, your energy, the connections you have, the joy and happiness that you have in your life. Look to nature for examples. How can you nurture more thoughts of abundance in midlife and beyond, and move away from the thoughts of scarcity and lack? Look within yourself, look within your life. Keep it close to home for this week when you look at nurturing your abundance in midlife and beyond. How can you make it easier to notice the abundance that is within you, that is within your connections with others, that is within your environment, and really appreciate those. Notice them, appreciate them, embody them, let them fill your soul with abundant feelings. They're so expansive. Remember, you know what's best for you. You know how to move forward, to trust yourself to move forward. Let's focus on abundance together this month, my friend. If you have feedback or questions for me, I would love to hear from you. Karli at flipsideofmidlife.com. I really do love hearing from you. I'm looking for ideas for my 2026 content. So please send me an email if you have some ideas. I'd love to hear what they are. I wish you a week of feeling abundant, of noticing the plethora of abundance around you, my friend. I will be back next week with another episode for you that dives into a different facet of abundance in midlife and beyond. Take care, my friend. Be well. I'll be back soon.